Today is a milestone in Washington's legislative session, and lawmakers are facing an important deadline. We'll tell you some key pieces of legislation on the docket coming up.
And the Pullman City Council is meeting tonight. We'll tell you what to look out for on the agenda this evening on Murrow News 8.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening. I'm Alex McCollum.
And I'm Jackie Smith. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
Tonight's Pullman City Council meeting is a packed one with several speakers and a few big agenda items. According to the meeting agenda, the council plans to confirm Ned Warnick into the Historic Preservation Commission. Palouse Basin Aquifer Committee member Paul Kimmel will discuss a survey recently conducted by the committee on community members' knowledge of the aquifer. The council will also receive an operations report on Neal Public Library from Director Joanna Bailey. Tonight's meeting runs from 7 to 9 p.m.
The Washington State outdoor mask mandate is set to be lifted this Friday. Our reporter Gillis Williams got some students' reactions on this being lifted.
Last week, Washington Governor Jay Inslee announced that the outdoor mask mandate for gatherings of 500 people or more will be lifted this Friday, February 18th.
But today is not the day to lift all of the masking requirements. We are obviously having conversations and an intensive review.
So I went around and asked a few WSU students what their reactions are when the mandate is lifted.
I mean, he's been doing pretty good on keeping everyone safe.
I would love to have them off because I wear glasses, so I can't see whenever I leave the house.
I mean, it didn't really impact my life while it was up. I 100% support it.
And with COVID cases continuing to decline, the governor is
It's an important deadline in the 60-day Washington State legislative session. It's the last day non-budget bills can pass out of their chamber of origin.
That means it's crunch time for legislators to try and get votes on several major pieces of legislation today by 5 p.m.
One bill to expand access to free school meals passed in the Washington House 93-3 last Thursday. State Representative Monica Stonier spoke on the matter.
Too many times kids who go to the office for a stomach ache are feeling hunger pangs or other effects of childhood hunger. Food insecurity is continuing to be experienced by our littlest kids in the state, our teens, and our college students.
According to a nonpartisan bill analysis, 204,000 students statewide are participating in the program in the 2021 to 2022 school year. The bill will now be sent to the Senate for consideration in committee.
Guns and other weapons will now be prohibited at ballot counting sites and school board meetings in Washington State. According to KXLY, the measure passed with the Democratic-led chamber at a 57 to 41 vote, and also openly bans carried firearms at local government meetings and election-related facilities. The bill is now heading to the Senate for further consideration.
More in related news, as Washington State House is on the verge of passing a bill that would give duplexes, triplexes, and fourplexes to be added to single-family zones. As of now, they're currently illegal to build in many cities. The goal of this bill is to meet the need for new homes as more people continue to move to Washington.
Well, housing shortages are affecting home buyers across the country, and Pullman has been hit especially hard. Murrow News 8 reporter Kathryn Jones spoke to one first-time homebuyer about the struggles of finding an affordable house in the current market.
Katie Tay and her fiancé Nate have been saving up for a down payment on a house for a while now. But when they first started touring properties last month, the housing market wasn't exactly what they expected.
People are offering a lot more. There's not as many houses for sale. But definitely I was surprised by just how few houses are for sale in our price bracket.
Currently, there is only one single family house under $300,000 listed for sale in Pullman on Zillow.
It's been a little stressful that way, where I kind of thought that we'd have more options.
Krista Gross is a real estate broker in Pullman. She says the housing market is unusual right now due to housing shortages, especially for homes in entry to mid-level price ranges. And prices are increasing as a result.
We're seeing a lot more buyers. We're seeing lower inventory. Builders just can't build homes fast enough. Housing prices went up, building prices went up. Finding a good contractor, finding a good builder, finding skilled labor, all of those supplies are limited and more expensive.
The lack of housing inventory means that homes for sale like this one behind me are few and far between. Krista says she doesn't see things getting better anytime soon. With so few houses on the market, Katie and Nate put in an offer on the first house they looked at.
We put in asking price, and yeah, it ended up going to someone who put in $18,000 over asking price.
That was disappointing for the young couple.
Nate and I were super optimistic, and we kind of started like dreaming about it and imagining ourselves there. So finding out that we didn't get it was like pretty sad.
And it's not just house prices that are increasing, so is rent. Katie and Nate decided not to renew their lease after their landlord increased monthly rent by nearly $100 a month. Despite the challenges, Katie and Nate remain optimistic.
We're still hopeful. Definitely, I'm nervous. I'm kind of a disaster planner, and we don't really have a plan for if we can't find a house by end of May when our lease runs out.
Katie and Nate aren't alone.
I feel so sorry for first-time home buyers. I have so many of them that are exactly in this situation.
And Krista's advice for first-time home buyers.
Talk to a lender, and it doesn't hurt to reach out to an agent too, so you already have that relationship and you kind of know the process.
Reporting in Pullman, I'm Kathryn Jones, Murrow, News 8.
I'm definitely glad I'm not looking to buy a home right now, for sure.
Renting's nice.
Yeah. It's been a cold couple of mornings in Pullman. Chris Mitchell will have the weather outlook for the rest of the week and whether or not we can expect warmer temperatures.
And jazz fans, you're in luck. We're going to tell you what events happening tonight on campus for musical fans to look forward to. Coming up next on Murrow News 8.
They took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
WSU's School of Music will hold their first concert of the semester tonight at 7:30 in Kimbrough Concert Hall. The Jazz Big Band, made up of students and directed by Regents Professor and Coordinator of Jazz Studies Greg Yazaninski, and Jazz Northwest, a faculty ensemble that includes Yazaninski, will be performing. They will play original songs in addition to Body and Soul from composer Bill Liston.
The WSU School of the Environment is hosting an Environmental Justice and Rural America event tomorrow at noon. It'll be hosted by Kathryn Coleman Flowers. This event will be held over Zoom and will focus on research and ingenuity that can make equitable and sustainable infrastructure. There will be a panel discussion after the initial event at 1:30.
Well, after last week's sunshine, I'm back to layering my hoodies underneath my coats. Chris, maybe you can tell us a bit more about the weather.
Yeah, Alex, we have a bit of a mixed bag this week, with today getting to the low 40s, but still coming down to almost below freezing. But comes down to below freezing. And then moving into tonight, into tomorrow, there's a chance of flurries. There's only about 10% chance, but that flurries could switch into a sprinkle of rain around 9 a.m. But the rest of the day should be pretty sunny, and that should be the start of a couple nice sunny days to end this school week. Winds from the west, 5 to 10 miles an hour, but the gusts can be up to 20. And moving along to the state map, it's really broken down into 3 sections. So we'll start on the west side of the state, Olympia and Seattle, high 40s, doesn't really get down that low, but cloudy, scattered sunshine. In the center of the state, Yakima and Tri-Cities, the warmer part, where you'll have sunny skies and almost 60 in the temperatures, and then moving back to the east side of the state, where Pullman sees a little bit of cloud cover, while Spokane is getting some more sun. And moving on to our 5-day forecast, there's one thing to really look forward to other than these 3 days of sun and almost 50 degrees, is that moving on over to Sunday, there's another chance of rain that could then turn into some more snow. So hopefully you won't have to pack up and start breaking out that snow gear again. But try to enjoy the rest of the week and then make the most out of your weekend with the a little bit questionable weather. And back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you for that, Chris. I know I'm definitely not a big fan of the fake spring we're having, but I'll take the warm temperatures where I can get it.
Definitely, me too. Pullman High School is hosting a historic playoff game tonight.
Riley Fitzgerald will have all the details coming up next.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, the boss's boss. If 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes, that means it could be you, your barber, your barber's barber.
Nice work. Thanks.
You, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker,
On your left.
your cat jogger. Or you, your co-pilot, your co-pilot's co-pilot. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand.
I'm Riley Fitzgerald with the sports. For the first time in 7 years, the Pullman High School girls basketball team is hosting a playoff game. PHS is hosting East Valley tonight at 6 p.m. in a loser-out game. According to Pullman Radio, the Greyhounds finished 3rd in league during their season, their best record since 2015. Tickets for tonight's playoff game are $7 for adults, $5 for kids, and free for those under 5. The winner advances to Spokane on Friday for the district tournament semifinals. The Cougar men's basketball fell to Oregon last night in a 62-59 point matchup. In the last 10 seconds of the game, the Cougars missed 2 3-point shots, which would have tied us up with Oregon before the end of the game. We were hoping to make a comeback after our losses to the Arizona teams this weekend, but as you can see, it didn't go as planned. We play UCLA on Thursday night in California. Continuing on with Cougar basketball, Friday will hold the 4th game in a 5-game homestand at Beasley Coliseum for WSU women's basketball. After a 3-point win against USC on Sunday, the Cougs take on 7th-ranked ASU at 7 p.m. on Friday and then 2nd-ranked Arizona on Sunday at noon. The Cougs are ranked number 4 in women's basketball. With 4 games until the Pac-12 tournaments begin, they're looking to add some more wins to their belt. Los Angeles Rams wide receiver Cooper Kupp was named the Super Bowl's MVP after his biggest career win Sunday. Kupp is a Yakima local and was the wide receiver for Eastern Washington University. The last time the Rams went to the Super Bowl in 2019, Kupp wasn't playing as he recovered from a torn left anterior cruciate ligament. Kupp led the Rams to a victory against the Cincinnati Bengals for the Super Bowl 56 with 8 catches for 92 yards and 2 touchdowns. Let's head back to the desk.
Thank you, Riley. Well, we checked the national month calendar, and February is a big month for book readers.
Alex and I went on a blind date with a couple books. Find out what books we got coming up next on Murrow News 8.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference.